Today we are making our third and final summer popsicle recipe of the summer season. If you missed the first two recipes, I'll have them linked in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. Today we are making the classic orange creamsicle. This homemade version is not only easy to make, refreshing, and delicious, but also much healthier than what you would find in the store. So without further ado, let's get into making our homemade popsicles. My name is Bethany. Welcome to Joyful Habits. When I first thought to make this little series on homemade popsicles, the orange creamsicle immediately came to mind. I love how easy it is to create your own version and how much healthier it is than what you'd find in the store. Many of the fruit popsicles you see in the store nowadays have a ton of sugar, preservatives, flavorings, dyes, and a bunch of other ingredients that are just not great for our health. Making your own instead is great because you'll know exactly what goes into them, and you can feel good knowing you're enjoying a dessert that will keep you healthy and energized for the summer fun. So diving into this recipe, all we need are 3 simple ingredients: orange juice, vanilla yogurt, and honey. I'll have the recipe with the exact measurements in the description box below. This recipe is very easy. You're just going to grab a bowl and start combining your ingredients. We'll start with the vanilla yogurt. I'm using a coconut vanilla yogurt here. Then we'll add our orange juice. And then the honey. Now, I was just mixing this with a spoon, but then decided to give it a whisk just to make sure everything was really well combined. You could also throw all these ingredients in a blender if you wanted to be really thorough, but I think mixing it by hand works just fine. Now we're just going to add our mixture to our popsicle molds. I'll have the link to this popsicle mold in the description box below if you're in the market for one, and I'll also have a link to my new shop. If you haven't seen it already, I have a new shop, and I'm very excited because it is now a place where you can find everything in one place. All the items you see in my videos and then some. I have an entire category for each season, as well as a dedicated category just for tea parties, and also a household items section. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Now, if you're unable to get a popsicle mold, no worries. You can get creative by filling small bowls or small water glasses, place them in the freezer, and once the mixture starts to harden, but not completely, you put your popsicle sticks in and then place it back in the freezer. Also, this is optional, but I did decide to add a little orange zest to a few of the popsicles. I thought not only would this add some nice flavor, but would also look nice once they were frozen. So once we've filled our popsicle molds all the way, we're just going to cover them and place them in the freezer. You want to let them sit in the freezer for a minimum of 4 hours and up to overnight. I find letting them sit overnight tends to work best. It is now the next day and our popsicles are ready to go. I started with laying the popsicles out and then decided to decorate around them using the ingredients that were used to make them, if that makes sense. So I started with some orange slices and just placed them around. Side note, did you see our little bird friends hanging out in the background? We had a little summer rain here, and so I believe they were out to search the ground for little snacks. I then began to place little dollops of the coconut vanilla yogurt around. I thought this looked okay, but standing back and looking at it as a whole, I was sort of underwhelmed, and it was not as pretty as I had hoped. So I then grabbed the honey and decided to begin drizzling that around and over the popsicles. I love how this looked, and I was originally only planning to drizzle a tiny bit, but then I went a little crazy and just started drizzling honey everywhere because I thought it just looked so delightful and made it all look so scrumptious. Now obviously you don't need to display everything like this, but you could definitely drizzle a little honey on the popsicles before you eat them. And then to add the final touch, I sprinkled some extra orange zest, and voila! Our homemade orange creamsicles, or orange popsicles, whichever you prefer. If you enjoyed this recipe, please consider giving the video a like, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe and come hang out with me again. I can't say too much, but I am so excited for the next video. This next video is the grand finale of my summer videos of 2024. And I wish I could say more, but I'm not going to because I don't want to give it away. But definitely stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on and are checking back because I don't want you to miss this one. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it before I give spoilers away accidentally. Well, anyway, my name is Bethany, and this is Joyful Habits, where we daydream and add a touch of whimsy to the ordinary. I'll see you all very soon, and until then, keep smiling. Bye, friends!